Welcome back to MedTalk.
We're back into it. This is a new year, new MedTalk. Okay, we had a little bit of a rough start with this year.
Yeah.
We wanted to upload the first week of January, but she was in New York, so we couldn't do that. Then we wanted to do the next week.
And I was super sick.
She was sick from New York, so we couldn't do that, and so now we're here. Thankfully, it's going to be much easier than it was last semester because our schedules kind of work better with each other right now.
But yeah.
So, yeah, we're hoping to definitely learn from how it went last semester to make it better for this semester. Yeah. So, speaking of making stuff work, we got to figure out what worked and what didn't work for last semester. Okay, I'll start. So I feel like what worked for me last semester is just how I guess planned ahead of time. Like I think because I was really scared of, because it was a big change. It was a big change from high school to college, because I had to adjust obviously, but what I did and what worked best was just planning everything ahead of time, and like literally I would schedule like times like for what I had to do in a certain day,
and by hour?
In a given day, by hour, just so that I can get a better idea of what I'm going to do. And sometimes I didn't follow it like accordingly, obviously, but
religiously.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I got everything done, and at the end of the week, I didn't have as much stress on my plate. I think one thing that definitely didn't work for me is like being lazy towards the end of the semester, like, because it got kind of bad. It got kind of bad, and I think I definitely made up for it just because of the first 10 weeks of school. Yeah. And then the rest of it was just like, yeah, it's fine, I'm gonna do whatever I want. But like,
how long is this semester again?
16 to 18 weeks.
Yeah.
So even though I did really good like that first like 3/4 of it, like it could have gone to me now. And so I feel like I just have to make sure I don't get into that mindset where, I can just chill now and I'm comfortable. But yeah. But I think other than that, I feel like my study habits were pretty good. I did really well on like all my tests. And then time management has been fine for me. So what about you?
I feel like I should start more with what didn't work.
Yeah, what didn't work?
So for me, what definitely didn't work was the classes I was taking last semester.
Yeah.
I felt super like challenged, I guess, which is not something I've ever really felt in school.
Yeah.
I started out taking Calc 2 and what was the other class that was really hard? Accounting. Those two classes for me were so brutal. This semester I took classes that interest me and are more orientated to my goals, which was like a really big change. Like, for example, like taking anatomy with you, taking psychology, like those are things that interest me. So I'm like excited about that, but also like I feel like that's gonna work better for myself. I also planned out like how you did by hour, but I didn't do it as consistently as I wish I did, because it really does like ease your mind and help you to think more clearly, become more productive, get everything done.
Because I can't lie, that's something I didn't have in high school. Like I woke up and I put clothes on, and then whatever happened that day is what happened. But definitely, I think that's what definitely like really set me apart from how I was treating myself before. And so I feel like it's fine sometimes to like let go a little bit, but like again, it's just a matter of making sure that you have that balance and stuff. So
yeah, I think that this semester holds a lot of new good opportunities for both of us.
I mean, it's kind of already like affecting me. After our break, like it was 3 weeks, but it felt like a month. But then it went by in like a week. So
it felt very like during the break itself, it felt very like slow, like I was enjoying my time off, and then
but we're already back in school.
Suddenly I was back in school.
But it's, I don't know, for me it's like I don't think I'm still back in that mindset of school where it was in like the beginning of fall semester. Maybe I don't want to be there, but I definitely still want to hold those same like, I guess like that similar discipline to where I'm still like holding myself accountable for what I have to do.
Maybe not like perfectionist, more disciplined.
Yeah, just working with what like works best for me, I think. Yeah, because there's honestly, I think the biggest struggle of this is just really figuring out, like this first month is just really figuring out how the classes are going to work. Because, I mean, we're both taking like different classes, but like each class has like its own like unique thing to it. Like for one example, like my psych and like my human and growth and development class, the only grades are the exams. And so for me, that's a totally different thing. And so that's, I really don't like it because I don't even know how the exam's supposed to be. So it's like until I take that first exam, it's really, I think from there is how I'll be able to like figure out what I have to do from there. And same thing with all the other classes as well, because for me, all my exams are this first month, or like my first exam is all in this first month. So I think this time, I think just January in general for me is just a period of getting used to classes, getting used to how I have to study, and just getting back in the mindset of, okay, I'm in school and like I'm not on break anymore, so no more Naruto. So I have to actually lock in now.
Yeah, I think for me adjusting was obviously a little bit of a curveball this semester. I mean, I came back that first week and I went to school on Monday, and then Tuesday I like kind of pushed through, and then Wednesday through Friday I could not. She was out. I was completely like 6 feet under. Yeah. It was really bad.
even this week, kind of, honestly.
Even this week I was very tired and like wasn't myself, but I still
what was it?
Pushed through.
It was an infection, right?
Yeah, I had like upper respiratory stuff.
Yeah.
But like awful. What do they make in New York? Like what are they doing in New York that I got this disease? It's like a zoo up there. I mean, if you've ever been to New York City, you know. I mean, it's like everyone is so close together. There's no personal space. So it was unavoidable for me to get sick. And my mom also got sick. She got like a stomach infection.
But she didn't get it as bad as you, I think.
No, she was out for maybe like
a couple days, or like a day or two.
She was out for like 4 days.
4 days? I didn't know it was for that long.
Yeah.
Oh, so you might have just got something similar to her then.
I mean, no, hers was stomach. Mine was upper respiratory, but like,
yeah.
But so that adjustment was definitely like a little bit of a curveball. But now, like the reality hit me, like almost like a wrecking ball. It was like, oh my gosh, I have so much work to catch up on. I need to get all this stuff done. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So that like drive really got into me very fast.
It's very crazy. Like I forget sometimes how like school just comes at you and just like here's everything that you have to do, figure it out. Like I forget about that, honestly. Like that's how it is every semester. But with that, I feel like I'm glad because I have more structure as to what I can do for this semester, because I kind of already planned out what I would do in spring semester during the fall semester. So like I'll say like you're doing this program too, I hope. Like
I really hope I'm doing it.
So basically I'm doing this certificate program for 2 different certificates. She is as well, for CNA and EKG.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited for that because I think it's finally like my first step into medicine and like
real medicine.
Like I'm actually really excited about it. And I think the classes I'm taking as well is obviously geared towards that because I have to make sure I meet the educational requirements of it. But then even then I'm also taking like a CPR online class in first aid, which even then honestly I'm kind of excited about as well.
Have you been liking it so far?
It hasn't been that bad. It's literally just been reading and just answering questions, but it's like, I mean, it's pretty straightforward is the thing.
CPR is pretty straightforward. You just pump really fast.
But that's my thing is that like I think this semester is really the transitional period for me, because I think last semester was just a warm up for me, and so now I'm finally in the space to where this new semester is really gonna, I think, bring out what I'm capable of doing.
Yeah, the new opportunities are really rising for us. Like you said, the CNA and EKG class, that would be something that we do like mid to late semester.
Yeah.
I'm already certified as an EKG technician, but I actually need to recertify in May, or by May, I guess. So I'm thinking that this EKG is going to be like a good refresher, considering I've never actually practiced EKG on real patients. I mean, I think I've done it a couple times, but not like anything crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. And then there's also the CNA portion. So CNA is going to be like, I guess, entry-level nursing, basically.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
more just like, it's not really like, you don't administer any drugs. I've like shadowed CNAs.
Obviously not. They're not giving me any drugs to give to people. You're not going to see me freaking giving you like Xanax.
Yeah, it's a little bit more like, how are you doing today? I'm going to change your bed sheets. I'm going to change your whiteboard.
Yeah.
So it's not really new content for me. I've done that for so long.
Yeah, for me, it's all new. That's the thing.
It's brand new for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to learn the like procedurals and all of that. So, but that's later semester. I feel like right now, what are like things that you want to do right now? Right now,
what I want to do, I think, is definitely like start applying to places to volunteer. I think that's probably my best thing that I want to do. Because, I don't know, because what I'm trying to do right now is stack up my resume, because for when we have to, like, apply and transfer. So that's what I'm doing right now is with this competition called HOSA. And, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, we just weren't as informed as to when the competition would be. Like, we literally took the exam yesterday. We thought we were supposed to take it on the 27th. So, yesterday being the 17th. So
yeah, it was a 10-day difference, and I thought that I knew what was going on because I used to be a president of a HOSA chapter. So like, you would have thought I would have had an idea of what was going on, but they switched it around because something happened at the testing location. Whatever. Yeah,
but the point is like the whole point of it was to slowly creep my way into it, and I think now that I'm past HOSA, I think I'm ready to start applying to volunteer places and just start getting my hours up with that, so that eventually. Obviously not like be fully acclimated to the CNA program, but it's just like baby steps where I'm at this point and then I'm at that point. Also, just to give me a better idea of how, I guess just the hospital really is, or just wherever I get a job. I think that's the biggest thing for me is
Yeah, CNA will probably be a hospital, but I definitely want to also start volunteering. Not entirely sure where. I used to volunteer at a cancer hospital.
What was it?
Sylvester.
What about the other one, like the Boca Helping Hands?
Boca Helping Hands isn't a hospital. It's
I know it's not, but like it's still volunteer though.
Yeah, it is volunteer work. It's a community shelter, I guess.
Yeah.
A food pantry as well. Yeah. I've volunteered in the food pantry a couple times now. I really enjoy it. I find it kind of therapeutic, like with the work that we're doing, but also it's very beneficial to the community. Obviously. Yeah. And so that and then a hospital would be a really great place for us to get into. Yeah. So yeah.
I think it's just a matter of just like I think volunteer is probably the easiest thing for us to do right now.
Yeah.
And then from there, once we start volunteering, then I think we're gonna be like, okay, let's start doing this program, and then once we get certified,
then we get a job.
Let's find that job, and then from there, I think we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
But are there any other opportunities you think? Or like. Anything else really? Oh, maybe shadowing.
Shadowing, maybe. Yeah, we have a couple connections. Yeah,
like my mom's client, she's a nurse, and she's really nice, and so like I'm thinking about bringing her along, and then we can just shadow. Because I don't really know much. She knows way more than me. So.
Yeah, I do know a couple people just like from personal family.
Yeah.
I have my cousins. Who are studying to be anesthesiologists and all that stuff. I find them interesting. Yeah, really interesting. They're very admirable people.
Yeah, but I think that's also gonna help too. I think if we should start on volunteering, and then eventually maybe add shadowing if we can, and just focus on CNA. But yeah. But I think that pretty much sums it up with what you need to do for opportunities.
Yeah.
What about it's only been like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. We're going to our 3rd week. Do you like any classes so far more?
I like all of my classes, I'll say that.
Yeah.
I have my favorite right now is probably anatomy only because we're covering cardiology, which is like
do you like cardiology?
One of my favorite. Yeah, after OBGYN, well, I guess the reproductive system is going to be cardio for me. Yeah. I love the cardio system. I think it's such like a interesting part of our bodies. It's so interconnected and it just works all together. So I really like the content that we're covering right now. Yeah. I also like all the body systems we're gonna cover. I've always like.
You like the urinary system?
Well, it's part of the reproductive system, so actually yes, I do.
Yeah.
But I have always been interested. Like if this whole OBGYN thing didn't work out, what specialty would I go into?
There's a lot you can do. So
I always say cardio, gastro, or endocrine, and we're covering all of the systems.
Yeah, so that's good.
So I really like that class. I also, I really like my psychology class. I find it interesting.
Yeah. You're taking stats too, right?
Yeah, but I don't like stats.
What else are you taking?
And chemistry too.
Yeah. How's that been?
It's actually so.
You said something about thermodynamics. Are you doing thermodynamics?
Yeah. So right now we're doing thermodynamics.
Yeah.
it's like trauma from AP chemistry, but but thermodynamics is like such an interesting, complicated subject.
Yeah.
The other thing I don't love about this class is that the exams make up your entire class. Or
really?
your entire grade.
So it's like my class.
It's exactly like your psych human development, except for absence, presence, whatever things. And it's like the first 4 classes. And guess what? I was sick, so I missed one of them.
Oh, you couldn't, like, doctor's note doesn't work, it doesn't matter?
Oh, well, I think the doctor's note might work, but, like, it was definitely, like, a little bit of, like, twinge. Yeah. Like, the highest grade I can get is a 98% right now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? And so, yeah, I don't love chemistry or stats, but they're definitely still interesting to me. I still enjoy it.
It's to the point to where, like, if you're gonna study the subject, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not Calc 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, honestly, I like my classes way more this semester than last semester. Like, nothing wrong with English, no hate, but I was kind of ready to move out of that.
English is done. No more pre-reads anymore.
But I think what class do I really like? Honestly, I think I'm really engaged in chemistry right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's because, like, I really want to do well in that class. Also, anatomy, I'm taking that. What else am I taking? Human growth and development.
Do you like that class?
It's not bad, yeah. It's just right now, it's like I kind of learned all the information already, so it's kind of just like refresher. Mm-hmm. But we're actually starting to get into it, so now it's like I have to focus in. Even then, I actually like it a lot, so yeah. But I think my favorite class right now would probably be either anatomy or honestly probably anatomy.
Yeah.
I really like anatomy.
Anatomy's really interesting.
Also because the professor too.
The professor's really fun. Yeah. We have the same class together, and yeah, I think that the class is really interesting. I think that the professor is really what adds the spice to the class.
I think honestly, like, because I had a different professor last semester for anatomy. She was great, but I don't think I was really engaged with the material as I am with this new professor now. Like, I really like her a lot, and one thing that sucks, but is kind of beneficial, is that she has a lot of health problems. And
that's such a terrible
I know, but a lot of the health problems that she has, she can talk about and use as examples. Yes. And so, like, and also it's the way that she talks to you as well. I think
it's very casual. It's like she's just like having a conversation.
It's just exactly. It's not she's lecturing us. She's lecturing us, but she's also like telling us, like, talking to us,
and like, you know, this happened to me.
It's like this doesn't matter, so just like keep going.
Like, something that stuck out to me was when this is such a terrible thing. So we were talking about the cardiovascular system. Yeah. And she was talking about how, well, women feel heart attacks different. And this is my experience when I had a heart attack.
She had two, not one, but two.
She's had 2 heart attacks, and so she told us, like, girls, watch out, like, this is what it feels like. And it was just like in the most casual way, it just felt like you're just so real, like, you're right. Yeah. Like, my professor's so real.
It's just I think also that with the way she talks about it as well is that she's giving you real scenarios while she's lecturing. So it's not just like, okay, like, it's
applicable.
It's exactly. And so I think that's what definitely helps me understand the content better. Because with chemistry, it's like,
it's very, you have to imagine.
You have to imagine a lot of it. And then with psych and human development, actually with me, that professor is actually not that bad. So, but yeah, I think for those 2 classes, it's like, it's pretty straightforward. Chemistry's straightforward. I'm sure your stats class is straightforward.
My stats class is very straightforward.
Yeah.
For me.
What about your psych class?
My psych class, we right now have covered research methods and neuro.
How's the professor?
So she's young.
Yeah. But like, does she talk to you guys the same way the anatomy professor does?
Yeah, she's very casual. I think because that's a very small class that we have. We have like maybe 30 kids in there at most. Yeah. And it's very casual, and she it gives us like real world examples and explains things to us. She herself actually does content creation, which was really cool. That's psychology. Yeah. So
I forgot.
That was interesting to find out. And then she's also like new into the field, I guess.
Into what's the psych?
No, just into teaching. She seems very young, in my opinion, at least. Which is like nice because you can kind of relate to them, and like the examples that they give are more relatable, unlike chemistry.
Yeah. How's your chemistry professor?
Is he's definitely more like old fashioned, like but he also lets us go early the majority of the time, which is really nice.
Yeah, no, my professor makes us stay until like the last minute, which honestly isn't even bad to me because it's like I'd rather that than her just make us like learn everything at home. So I appreciate her with that.
My professor, he's very the thing is chemistry too, you can't really compare it to chemistry 1. It's a whole other like beast.
Yeah.
There's so much more math involved. It's like my new Calc 2.
Yeah. So, but is it going to be as bad as Calc 2
no,
or not?
obviously not.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not, but
yeah.
New chemistry I think is I almost forgot what AP Chem second semester was. I just remember it being so much math.
Yeah.
Like equilibrium points, thermodynamics, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Things that you hopefully will never have to face.
Nah, I don't know.
Are you planning on taking Chem 2?
Honestly, if I really like chemistry, I think this is honestly what's probably gonna make or break me whether or not to take it. But we'll see. But with the professor, she's not bad.
What are you guys covering right now?
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
No, I do know. I forgot though.
Conversion factors?
It's ionics. We're literally just learning ions right now.
Oh, you guys are learning about ions.
Literally just ions.
Like the properties of ions.
Yeah.
And like malleable.
We're not there yet.
Boiling points of metals.
We're not there yet. I mean, yeah, we're not really there yet. I mean, actually, we are. Yeah, we're there at that point. Yeah. But it's to me, it feels really basic, and so like I feel like it's only gonna really start getting into it later.
Do you recall it from high school?
I think I took chemistry like 3 years ago, so like I remember a good amount of it. Like it's vague, but like I feel like I can definitely connect the dots, and so it's not that bad to me.
Chem honors for me was not relatable to the chemistry that we take in college. AP was.
Yeah.
But the whole point of AP is to not be in the boat I'm in.
I mean, I'm just talking about the, like, pretty much like the basics of it. Like, like
it's very basic in the beginning. Just wait.
That's what I'm saying. But
it's gonna get bad.
But I think overall my professors aren't that bad.
Yeah.
I think they all want to put you in the position where you like want to succeed and stuff, which I'm fine about. It's just, honestly, they give you everything you need. It's just you need to make sure you're on top of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a really big thing about college. Is you just have to make sure you're on top of it.
Yeah. And I think definitely going into the semester, like it didn't really feel like I was actually going back into my spring semester. Like it felt more lax compared to before. And I'm honestly kind of a little worried that that's what's going to kind of hold me back. But I also know too, it's like
what's sloth?
What?
Like what's going to hold you back?
Like I mean, just myself.
Just
really me being lazy. But I don't think that's gonna happen as long as I plan everything in my planner, and as long as I schedule my days out. It's not gonna happen. It's
gonna be fine.
Yeah. But with that, I do have my goals.
We both have our goals.
Thankfully. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, all A's this semester.
That's a really big goal.
I think a good one that we could work on is just like maintaining like our overall like well-being.
Yeah.
So that we make sure that like we're on top of things, and so it's not as so we're not just like plowing through it. So. What
do you do for self-care?
I go to bed.
You go to bed?
I get a good nice rest of like 8 hours. That's honestly something I realized too. Starting this semester, I've been sleeping like really good, and it's been helping me a lot.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I don't remember why, but I went to, not yesterday, 2 days ago, like going into Friday, like I didn't get as much sleep and I was kind of tired of it and it kind of set me off. But other than that, I was fine. I think also just making sure that like I'm balancing out work and also balancing out like things to like make me want to go back into doing work, so like just chilling out or something like that.
Yeah, I think that balance is a really big part of well-being.
Yeah.
And something that definitely is something we need to be taking into this semester because it's just going to get progressively harder.
It's just it's going to get harder, and we're also going to be juggling more things like volunteering and also doing the program as well. So it's honestly just a matter of how well we can plan ahead, I think. Yeah. But with that, it's like, I mean, because we're kind of already used to doing everything from last semester, so like what we tell ourselves too is make sure that the way we reinforce our class content is manageable and also smart. Like we're not just studying every day for like 5 hours to make sure we get the content, because we don't need to do that.
No, but it's just the methodology of how do you get all A's is really important to both of us. Obviously, like the biggest factor that it's going to be is studying over a long period of time. And like you said, don't cram it all in 5 hours. Like do it gradually every day with your practice questions. That kind of thing.
So with that, it's like for instance, for right now, like what I'm already telling myself that is like I'm trying to get ahead of the lectures. So where I pre-read the lecture to understand what's going on, and then I go to lecture and get a good understanding of it, and then I do the work that they give you, or that they give us, and then from there, once we start getting closer and closer to the testing day, we do all the homework that we have done already, and then we just get together. Sorry, I'm just looking. Get together and we either teach ourselves the material so that we know it, blurt, which is pretty much just
writing all the ideas,
just writing all the concepts down that we need to know, and then also just do a bunch of practice problems so that we're already gearing ourselves towards the mindset of how we should take the test. Because that's honestly kind of what I already did last semester. Like Catalina uploaded a couple videos of her like teaching problems and stuff, and that
was more for me than for anyone else.
But the whole point of doing it was exactly what she's saying, is so that she can better understand the content, and then also make sure that she's just gonna do well in the exam. Because I also did that too on my own, like at the library. Like I would literally just like make sure I remember everything, pretty much blurting and also teaching as well. And that honestly I think is what really set me apart last semester. But same thing with what we said earlier, which is
for other goals would be like starting to volunteer in healthcare, the CNA and EKG programs to just make sure our resumes are top tier, and then network. I think networking is a really important thing in healthcare.
Because you can have the educational aspect of it, but it's like you have it, but are you ready to actually apply it? And so I think that's what's really going to separate us as well. We just have to make sure that, again, I mean, that's technically what we're doing with already volunteering, is that we're kind of already doing a network. It's like a mini network. And so it's just gradually getting it bigger and bigger. Which is what we're hoping for.
I think kind of going, like, I want to go back into studying a little bit more and like talk about that more, because I think it's such a crucial part of the pre-health experience is learning to study. I walked into, this pre-health undergraduate degree with the anticipation of I know what I'm doing. And I was just like hit with the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. But I think that the methods of studying are really important. And I think that that's all going to contribute going back into getting those all A's, because at the end of the day, I feel like that's everyone's goals. Like get good grades, get your get your resume up, and how you do that is really important. So, I just wanted to say that.
but that's really what it is, honestly, too. And that's.
You have to find a method behind it.
I didn't know what I was. Throughout high school, I didn't really know what I was doing, and then once I solidified it during the summer, I was able to work with it and know, okay, if this is what I'm doing, I have to make sure that I'm setting myself up for success in order to make sure I get to that goal, which I did last semester. Now, I just have to repeat the same thing with the grades, but this time I'm also adding in the CNA and EKG program, also volunteering, and then hopefully eventually applying to jobs. And so I'm adding more to it, even though it's honestly, we got to prepare ourselves for this because it's going to be a lot, especially since we have to balance our classes out. But if we can, again, it goes back to just planning ahead of everything that we need to be doing, and we should just be fine.
I heard this thing the other day, like the cupcake analogy.
I've never heard of this.
So pretty much you have like your cupcake, and a cupcake is made up of like the actual cake, the frosting, the sprinkles on top, and a career is the same thing. Like right now, our cupcake is like the actual cake part is getting those good grades. That's like the crux of our goals right now. And then after you have that, then you can add on, your frosting, and that would be like your resume and getting all of these different things added to your resume, like volunteering and the certifications, and then after that you sprinkle on top networking and getting a job, and then ultimately like you'll have like your full like delicious cupcake.
Like you don't want to be backwards and just like have the frosting, but then like you don't want to just eat frosting.
Like I don't want to just have like a bunch of buddies that work in healthcare, but then have like D's and C's as my grades. D or C's get degrees, but like, do they get you in the highest position that you want to be in? Do they put you in? Do they open the door for you
and give you new opportunities? Yeah, I think that's the thing is that, but you also want to make sure that you manage it as well.
Right.
Which, again, that's why I'm saying it's like, once we get to that point of we're doing the CNA program, we also have to make sure that the cake batter is also fine as well for that cupcake.
You know.
Yeah, but I think
make sure it's cooked all the way through.
I think we should be fine with that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a matter of making sure that we stay on top of it and we just remind ourselves that this is what is most important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the last goal I honestly have really is or not last goal, but like one of my last goals is to make sure that we do this more, do MedTalk more.
Do MedTalk.
Because
last semester it was a little rough.
It was, yeah, but again, I think we have better scheduling to make it work better, and also because honestly, I think it helps us keep us in check with how we're doing in school, but also what we should work on next. So like so pretty much like we have to work on this next, like work on this next, and then also what we need to work on for school or whatever else it may be. So yeah, but I'm honestly really excited for this semester. I think again, I tell myself every day I just have to plan everything, and then from there we'll be fine. Yeah. And so yeah. Is there anything else?
No, I mean I just wanted to like say like I 100% I'm like love that we're gonna be focusing on MedTalk a little bit more, and that we actually carved out time in our schedules to do MedTalk. I think that last semester when we were building our schedules, we were doing it so early on we didn't even think about MedTalk.
I
didn't even started MedTalk.
But I think it's fine because I think school should have been our priority anyways, just to make sure that we were ready for what it was. And I mean we still sometimes did episodes, but I think school was our main priority anyways, and so it kind of just fell back. But now
MedTalk is our sprinkles.
Yeah, now that we have it down more, and with school, we can definitely use it as a way to
gear forward.
Gear forward towards this, but then also towards school. Like, we can use it as a way to help us with school as well. Yeah. Which I think is going to be really nice. Yeah. But that's it.
Yeah, with that.
Yeah, we're gonna
go study,
upload this, and then we'll be back next week, and it's gonna be different, right? Yeah. I don't think are we doing a video like this next week? Yeah, next week we are. No, I mean like a video talking about school. I think we're talking about something within our education, like that we're learning. I guess we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, you guys will see when we see. But with that, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, let's talk med, which will be next week. It will not be in 2 months. It will be next week. All right. Yeah.